the hot pan. I'm just seeing the measurements because on my pan I have a pan which has measurements. So the water is about, let me have a look. So it's just about a liter of water. So what I will do, this is the stirring stick that you need to be able to cook this meal. So what I will do, I'll just start pouring little by little and stirring, making sure that everything is made. It's like a porridge, but it's not quite, because you need it a little bit thicker than porridge, because you want to eat it with a stew. So I'll just pour it out and I just keep stirring. And I just keep stirring. Just make sure that all the bubbles that are coming up, I'll just keep stirring because I want to break up all the flour that hasn't been broken into the water. I just keep stirring, and as it bubbles up, just keep stirring. So it almost looks like kind of like porridge, but soon enough I will add a little bit more of flour and it'll start thickening. So I will add a little bit more of flour. So until I get the right consistency that I'm looking for. So I'm putting a little bit more of flour and I keep stirring. Remember, it's just exactly almost like making polenta. It's only that it's not as light as polenta. It needs to be way more thicker, but it's the same concept. So about 200 grams or maybe 250 grams is enough to feed our family of 4. And it's a very, very easy meal to make because within 15 minutes it's all ready. Just needs stirring, I'm afraid. Keep stirring. When I just see that all the flour is all mixed up and the consistency is right, so I will just cover it and let it just stay in for a couple of minutes before I check it again. just cover it, and it'll be just boiling for a couple of minutes. So we are checking to see how well it's formed. It's more like a cake, but not baked. It's rather on the fire, and it's just basically water and corn flour. It's just having the right consistency. It's nice and soft. It's not hard because you don't want hard stuff to go with your kale. You just want the right consistency. So I'm just starting to just form it nicely, so I'll prepare it for putting off the fire, and I will put it up in a plate, and then you can see how. So it takes about roughly about 15 minutes. So it's a very, very simple and convenient meal, which is a healthy meal first of all. And this is something that I grew up eating. So for me, this was a staple food. It's just like for Asians, their staple food is rice. My staple food back at home is this cornmeal and different kind of stew. But yeah, basically, yeah, for the European or Americans, it's bread. For us, is cornbread. And yeah, so I'll just wait for it to cook a little bit more, and then I will be getting it out. So our cornbread or ugali is nice and ready, so it's ready to come out of the fire. So I will switch off the fire. And remember, last time I made kale to accompany my cornbread, so that's what we will be serving our cornbread with. So I will remove it, and what we usually do is we just flip it over, and yeah, that is our lovely corn